Early in my career, I traveled to a military base in Ridgecrest, California, to provide an all-day large group training on pivotal response treatment, or PRT, the primary treatment approach SARRC implements today. The focus of this training was teaching parents and professionals how to use PRT to teach children with autism to talk. After about 3 hours in, we stopped for a 1-hour lunch break. After lunch, I asked the group if anyone had any questions. Jill Emery, a mom sitting right in the front row, threw her hand up in the air and said, "My 3-year-old son, Connor, is nonverbal." Instead of having lunch, I ran home to try out PRT with him. And then, with tears in her eyes, Jill smiled and said, "And Connor just said his first words." But it was Jill's words that were truly powerful that day. Her story, and more specifically, Connor's story, opened the doors for what's possible, not just for Connor, but for every other child with autism. And yet the power of possibilities for Connor doesn't stop there. Coincidentally, in 2007, Connor and his family moved from Ridgecrest, California to rural Safford, Arizona. And each summer, they traveled to Phoenix so that Connor could participate in SARRC's inclusive summer camp program to improve his social skills with peers who don't have autism. Now 23 years old, Connor is a junior on full scholarship at NAU and majoring in broadcast journalism. This once nonverbal child now co-hosts a weekly sports talk radio show on campus, provides sideline commentary for ESPN Plus at NAU, and was selected to report from this year's Super Bowl. While it's true that not all people on the spectrum are going to match Connor's success, there are possibilities that can be achieved for every individual with autism. In fact, knowing what's possible in autism both inspires us and powers our urgency to reach more autistic children, teens, and adults. After all, 1 in 31 children and 5.4 million adults in the United States have autism. That's why SARRC's goal is to become a statewide organization that puts effective services within reach of every Arizonan by 2030. Here are 4 ways we're working to reach that goal. First, SARRC will build off the momentum of our Mesa campus by raising the final $1 million of our $13 million A to Z and everywhere in between capital campaign. The campaign will add 4 additional campuses in the West Valley, Tucson, Northern Arizona, and North Phoenix, bringing us to 9 locations across the state. Each new campus will be anchored by an inclusive SARRC community school, an innovative preschool program that integrates an equal number of children with and without autism. As our new campuses add programs for school-age children, teens, and adults, we'll also provide training for teachers, physicians, dentists, employers, summer camp operators, police officers, powering more inclusive, supportive communities throughout Arizona. Second, SARRC will leverage technology to reach families in between our 9 campuses. For instance, NODA, eye tracking technology, and soon AI diagnostics are making it possible for families to access diagnostic evaluations from anywhere in the state, just as we did for over 200 kids last year. Parents and teachers concerned about older children can join more than 16,000 downloads of our Think Autism app, complete a free autism screening, and be directed to resources and support right from the app. Once diagnosed, families can participate in Jumpstart, our parent empowerment program specifically for newly diagnosed families and accessed through online learning modules. And using telemedicine, SARRC provides parent training in PRT and challenging behaviors for families living anywhere in Arizona, reaching over 140 parents in 2024. Third, SARRC will continue to power what's possible for adults with autism. In December, SARRC and ASU completed our first long-term outcome study of the First Place Transition Academy, a 2-year program in partnership with First Place that teaches autistic adults how to live independently. The data show that, compared to a group of adults who did not attend the program, students who graduated from the Transition Academy demonstrated better social functioning, daily living, health management, and problem-solving skills, and were 5.5 times more likely to be living on their own. We're also showing that it's possible for autistic adults to become competitively employed and bring tremendous value to businesses, their employees, and their customers. In fact, last summer, SARRC and employment partner FTS USA, a watch manufacturer, were featured in a story about the benefits of hiring autistic adults in the international edition of the New York Times. Finally, SARRC will weave autism into the fabric of our communities, our cities, and our state. For instance, SARRC is working to make our communities safer by partnering with Virtra to train police officers how to identify the signs of and interact with people with autism. In September, we completed and launched our second autism training module, which uses VR technology to transport police officers out into the community and in front of autistic adults, providing law enforcement with opportunities to train and practice their skills from anywhere. These modules are now available in 55 locations in Arizona, 600 in the US, and 44 different countries. Meanwhile, thanks to the leadership of State Senator Flavio Bravo, you can now drive support for autism by adding one of our new autism license plates to the back of your car. The plates were designed by local autistic artist Joe Bradley, who says that the abstract artwork symbolizes the unity within diversity and the shared journey for understanding and acceptance. The interplay of colors and shapes represents our vibrant community and the strength found in coming together. Just imagine the awareness these plates can create all over our roads and highways. Order yours today, and let's make it possible for autism to become Arizona's #1 specialty license plate. Together with you, our inclusive, supportive community, we can power endless possibilities for autistic children, teens, and adults. It's possible to identify a child with autism at 12 months, maximizing the potential of early intervention. It's possible for a nonverbal autistic child to learn to talk or communicate using a device. It's possible to make friends, attend birthday parties, and host sleepovers. It's possible to participate in community activities like Little League, soccer, volleyball, gymnastics, Boy and Girl Scouts. It's possible to go on a first date, get married, and start a family. It's possible to obtain a job or even own a company. It's possible to live independently and be part of a welcoming community. And it's possible for a once nonverbal child to grow up, provide sideline commentary at ESPN, and report from the Super Bowl.
Thank you, guys. Cream Hunt was a key factor in the Chiefs' third straight trip to the Super Bowl. Before that, he had a special tie to NEU coach Brian Wright.
Thank you very much.